Let's head to the Great Canyon, I guess. Why is it making me take this group? Can I not take a different group? Huh? Why am I not able to see my team? Weird. I mean, we'll take this group. That's fine. But, like, why couldn't I pick? This is the Great Canyon. The peak is called the Hill of the Ancients. Alakazam said that the Hill of the Ancients is on 13th floor. That's where we'll find Xatu. That's where we'll find Xatu, Toaster. Let's give it our best. Hiccup. Alright. Let's blow that thing up. Skiploom. What the heck is this? I eeped! I've been eeped! I've been put to eep. Look at these fat levels. I definitely should have put some stuff in storage before doing this, and now I'm a gigantic moron for not having done that, actually. Kind of a big problem. I'm gonna have to get rid of, like, tickets. And that's, like, no bueno. Oh my god, Vileplume. Can't believe we found a Vileplume already. Alright, let's register that. And then oh, not Escape Orb. What's Oranberry? Toaster. Roscoe says I miss sincerity. I get that. I get that vibe. I know people who like sincerity. Already poison damage on that weenie health bar? I'm doing okay. That isn't a big deal. Is my health bar small? It seems big to me. Everything else dies in like 2 hits. It makes sense that I would die in 2 hits. Petward says, I looked up Farquaad E and it's actually pretty good and maybe I'm part of the problem. I'm glad you finally realized that, Petward. It's okay, not everyone can contribute to culture. Holy fuck. I think I'm gonna get blown up. I think I did need to grind. I think I'm getting blown up, guys. I think I'm gonna die. And I think it's bad. Yeah! Alright, we're just gonna need to get to 13F and find a way to survive. And pray. And do a lot of praying, actually. A ton of it. People beat the game in level early 30s. Okay. I'll be fine then. The idea of a sunflower throwing rocks is very funny. It is very funny. Thank you for noticing. Dude, how is he yeeting that far, dude? That's crazy. Sure. I'll take that many hits in a row. And I leveled to 21, so we're doing pretty good now. Thrown items are pretty good. It does seem that way. We're gonna scoot right past him. It's a gust trap. Oof. Let's go on. Great Canyon, legally distinct from Grand Canyon, so they can't, the American government cannot sue. Why am I only using fake out? It seems sketch. I eeped. What is Breloom? Never, I don't know if I've seen that Pokemon before. Oh. Spikes on the ground. Scary. Oh, Cacturn wants to be my friend. Dude, he looks like a freak. This looks like a Halloween Pokemon. I'm down for this. Tight formation on the cactus. Youch. Let's go down here. We're making progress. Grass dark. Is that like a good combination? Dude, we slaughtered him. We'll take another one, sure. Sure, I'll take a level 32. Oh my god. Am I like really strong now? Is that what's happening? If I like being weak to a lot of attacks, it's great. Okay. I'm fine with that. I feel like it's fine to be weak in Pokemon games because the games don't want to be too hard. So it's fine to be weak to stuff because otherwise they'll just steamroll everything and it's fine. Let's use like an apple. Do I got an apple on me? Look at that, I do. Eat. Toaster. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has a wild level curve. I definitely could see how like post-game stuff could be hard because they expect you to just play it as like a forever game. I feel like this is the kind of game that kids bought when they only had one game they could play a year. You know, like they saved up their birthday money to get $60 and to buy a video game, and it was the one Pokemon game that came out that year, so they bought it. And I feel like the expectation with Mystery Dungeon games like this, I mean, they're roguelikes, right? Like the whole point is to play them for 7 million hours. What the hell? Did he just fucking shadow clone? What the hell just happened? Did he do that thing where someone attacks you and then you turn into a stump and then appear behind them? Like, nothing personnel, kid. Because that's what it seemed like. Dude, has Cacturn been studying the blade this whole time? Florence is back when a Pokemon game was like $35. I do not want to be this guy, but like Pokemon games were never $35. That is crazy. I can't think of a single time. I remember being a teenager with a job and paying like $50 for Pokemon Diamond or whatever when that shit came out. No, I'm sorry. If you paid $35 plus tax, I don't know if you got it at launch. Maybe the Mystery Dungeon games. I could see them being budget releases, but like, hell nah. Pokemon games are fucking expensive. All Nintendo games are always expensive. I paid $60, 60 fat dollars on release. They're $40 on the 3DS. I don't know if that's true. Because I feel like I bought Pokemon games on the 3DS telling myself I was going to play them, and then I never did, and I had spent a bunch of money. Let's see. Your local EB Games fucked me. I never bought stuff from EB Games. EB Games hardly fucking existed. The used Pokemon games are insane now. That is true. And I do think that the Game Boy Advance games were cheaper, but that's because Game Boy Advance games were always relatively cheap. Let me see. Hold on just one moment. So yeah, looking online, it looks like the launch price for Diamond and Pearl was $49.99, and then it dropped to $39.99 for Platinum. So at least according to charts and the magazine ads I could find. So yeah, games were expensive back then too. All right, and then yeah, obviously N64 games were very expensive, crazy expensive. People forget how game prices used to be way higher than they are now, especially for Nintendo games. Like as we were mentioning, like Doom 64 launched at $75 in 90s bucks. Which if you do the conversion on that, I want people to understand that that's way higher than the Switch 2's game prices. Paying $80 for a, you know, like here's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that higher prices are good because it's going to be hard for people to pay for them. But like what's crazy to me is if people are upset about like, oh no, like Breath of the Wild 3 is going to cost $90. And then they play that game for like 700 hours. I'm not a cost per dollar kind of person. I think games just cost what they cost. And then like you just pay for them if you want to play them, and if you can't pay for them, then you don't play them, and it's fine. Like you're not dying, you know. It's all right. It's a luxury good. As much as that sucks, I would love to own every video game in the world, and I would love to play every game and not be priced out. But no one's gonna die by not, you know, being able to play the next Zelda game. They might be a little bit broken out of their communities because they can't participate, but that's what Let's Plays and emulation and stuff like that corrects for. But what I'm saying is like it's very interesting to me that the view is like games used to be so much better and so much more affordable, and the modern angry companies are just sucking all of it out for profits. And while that's based partially on reality, which is that modern capitalism is slowly eroding developer salaries, and you know, developers aren't actually making money, it's executives at the top. That's not actually why game prices are getting higher. And one of the things about that that's kind of complicated to discuss is like, especially outside of the US, game prices have always been very high. Back in like 2013, when I was living in Japan, especially in like the PS3 era, I was playing games on my Japanese PS3 in Japanese that I bought from Japanese retail stores. I was paying like 110,000 yen, which at the time was like $100 USD for just games, just any game I wanted to play. Like outside of the US, game prices, even not accounting for the exchange rate, games published by Japanese companies in Japan were expensive, like very expensive. And that's before we even get to the fact that, like, you know, again, N64 games, especially in the US, had variable pricing, and games would be, you know, some games would release at $39.99, but other big ones would release at $80 or, you know, sometimes $75. And, like, I get it. I get that people don't want to pay that much for games, but, like, one, it could be way worse because it has been worse in the past. And two, it's only going to get worse as the economy gets worse. And that just is the way it is. And I mean, yeah, that sucks, but it's just, like, very interesting to see people that don't have the memory to know that, like, you know, we used to pay a lot more for worse games. Being like, oh, I can't believe Nintendo thinks they can get away with this. And it's like, bruh, Nintendo built their brand, one of the most vital times of their brand during, like, a failed console generation, charging $80 for games that people now call classic. Like, you know, it's pretty contextual though, right? There's just so much more competition with games nowadays, especially cheaper experiences with indies. I think that wrongly supposes that every indie game is existing in the same market as larger games that are like that it's actually competing. Because we can say all we want that indie games are great, but there isn't an indie game out there that's doing the same thing as, I don't know, a AAA cinematic experience, right? Like, you could pay $15 for Bulbasaur, and Bulbasaur can be a great game, but if you're looking to participate in, I don't know, The Last of Us Part 3, you're not going to get that out of Bulbasaur. That's not what that is. So it's like a faulty premise from the start. Like, because if it truly was that simple, and if it was as simple as, don't worry, you can just buy any other game, all games are interchangeable, then indies would just be people would just pay for them because they're cheaper and they would get the same amount of enjoyment out of them, and then we wouldn't have a AAA games industry. But the answer to that is people like those AAA games and want what's on offer for them, which is why people are so upset about the price increases and such. But the thing with that is that, like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So you have to, like, if you want those experiences, that's the cost of those experiences. But even then, the argument can be made that charging, like, that people assume that a game being an indie game means you should charge less money for it, when it could literally have bankrupted the developers and, you know, not made up its budget in the sales of its, you know, $15 price point. So, like, if things actually charged what they were worth, games would be much more expensive, especially now. Like, that argument doesn't stand. That argument actually just supports the idea that games should be more expensive than they currently are. Now, obviously, developers should make more money off of their games, and it shouldn't be just lining the pockets of wealthy, you know, suits and investors. That's just stupid. But yes, we finally made it to the top, Toaster. So this is the Hill of the Ancients. Look, over there. Toaster, is that Xatu over there? Excuse me. Are you maybe Xatu? No, that's Tattoo. The Russian two-piece. They're a Russian band, aren't they? They're probably not. They're probably like Estonian, and I'm being insensitive. They're like Europop, aren't they? All the things she said. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I feel like Roscoe would. No, they're Russian. They are. They're a Russian band. Okay. See? I remember things. I have a brain that sometimes is good. Hello? Maybe he doesn't hear me. Hello? Hello? It's useless. He's not responding at all. Maybe he's sleeping well on his feet. Toaster, what should we do? Tickle him? What kind of freak wrote this game? Attack him? What? We're gonna attack? No. No way. I mean, he's kind of creepy. It'd be scary for sure. You can't just, like, say he's creepy, dude. Oh, alright. You really want me to do this? If something happens to me, promise you'll help me. I'm counting on you. Alright, counting down. 3, 2, 1. Now! Ah! Yikes. Witness it. The sinking of the sun. Indeed. I am Xatu. You discerned my true identity. Was it a secret? You are not an ordinary sort. Isn't Xatu just the name of your species? Is it a mystery that you're a Xatu? Guessed your identity? That's a bit much. No, I can tell this. Okay. You there. You are no ordinary Pokemon. You are human, yes? Ha! How can you tell that? All day I stare at the sun unblinking. It gives me sight for all things. No, it makes you blind. The past and the future, too. Then you've got to tell us, Xatu. This is my friend Toaster. My friend woke up one morning as a Pokemon. Without remembering anything from being a human, too. Xatu, you can tell, can't you? Can't you tell us? The calamities of nature. There have been many in recent times. They occur because the world's balance is upset. And you're becoming a Pokemon. They are tied together, inseparably so. Roscoe says I love their portrait. They look high as a kite. Wait, Toaster becoming a Pokemon and the natural disasters? They're related? What do you mean? What does Toaster have to do with the natural disasters we've been seeing? What is it? Hey! Why did you clam up? Come on, tell us, please. There are bigger concerns. I am afraid. The world's balance. It must be restored. Or the unthinkable shall befall our world. What? What do you say? The world? The unthinkable is going to happen? Every day I see it. The same future every day. I dread it. Xatu. I fear it. The world's destruction. The world's destruction? Heh, isn't that a surprise? What, that Toaster was human. Is this information that will actually be a benefit to this Gengar? Like, does anyone even know what that means? And also, is it even a problem? That's going to be useful. This should be interesting. Heh. I actually, even though I'm giving him this voice, I'm reading his dialogue in, like, Beavis and Butthead. This'll be interesting. Okay, I got a berry. Great. Yeah, Cacturn can join my team. Do we have any ideas? I don't know what to name this one. Tight fit, maybe? It'll be named Tight Fit. Boros is not going to join my team. This Tauros is also not going to join my team.